Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to The Verdict is In, the show where Wall Street drama, World Cup love stories, and Washington marriages all get the same 5-star treatment. Full breakdown, zero judgment, maximum tea. Today's lineup is stacked. We've got a JPMorgan executive throwing the mother of all legal counterpunches. We've got England's golden boy and the girlfriend who's been quietly stealing World Cup camera time. And we've got a 34-year marriage that may, or may not, already be over on paper. Buckle up because we're covering the boardroom, the stadium, and the courthouse all in one episode. Let's get into it. The banker strikes back. First up, a Wall Street story that has absolutely nothing to do with interest rates and everything to do with reputations on fire. Back in April, a former JPMorgan Chase employee, filing anonymously as John Doe, sued the bank and executive director Lorna Hajdini, alleging she tried to make him her, quote, sex slave, and accusing her of harassment and discrimination. JPMorgan responded at the time by saying an internal investigation found no merit to the claims. Now, months later, Hajdini isn't just denying it. She's suing back. This week, she filed a defamation and libel countersuit, naming her accuser directly and alleging he ran what her lawyers call a months-long campaign to destroy her reputation. Her filing goes hard, stating she has never engaged in any sexual conduct with him at all, and that she's suffered serious harm to her career and personal life because of what she calls false accusations. Reports also indicate the bank had floated a 7-figure settlement to the accuser earlier on, which he turned down. So now it's not a quiet internal matter anymore. It's 2 dueling lawsuits, 2 very different stories, and a courtroom that's going to have to sort out who's telling the truth. This is nowhere near over, and both sides are clearly done playing nice. Love on the pitch. Okay, let's lighten the mood, sort of. Because our next story is soccer, sunshine, and a girlfriend who's become an unofficial World Cup storyline. Jude Bellingham, England's Real Madrid superstar, has been playing out of his mind at the 2026 World Cup. And every time the cameras pan to the stands, there's Ashlyn Castro, the California-based model and influencer who's quietly become his biggest supporter. Here's the timeline. The two first sparked dating rumors in late 2024 after fans noticed them interacting on Instagram. Early 2025, she was spotted sitting with Bellingham's parents at a Real Madrid match, which, if you know soccer families, is basically a public relationship announcement. Since then, they've kept things pretty private, few joint posts, minimal PDA, but they've shown up for each other. Valentine's Day at the Bernabeu, the Madrid Open together this spring. And now, cameras catching her greeting him with a kiss after England's group stage win over Croatia. There were breakup rumors floating around at one point, which both of them quietly shut down with sweet birthday messages instead of any big statement. So while Bellingham's chasing a trophy on the pitch, it looks like off the pitch, he's already found his MVP, the marriage headline Washington's talking about. Our last story is a big one. Kristi Noem, the former Homeland Security Secretary, and her husband of over 3 decades, Brian Noem. Quick recap for anyone who missed it. Back in March, a tabloid investigation alleged Brian had been living what's been described as a secret double life, engaging with an online bimbofication fetish community, spending significant money chatting with adult performers, and sharing photos of himself in costume. Kristi's team called the family blindsided at the time and asked for privacy. Now here's the update. Kristi's own mother, Corinne Arnold, has told the Daily Mail that Kristi plans to divorce Brian, and that Brian has already moved out of the house. Her mother described asking Kristi directly if there was any chance of reconciliation, and says Kristi's answer was a flat no. Now, here's the important distinction for anyone following along. No public divorce filing has actually been confirmed. What we have on record is Kristi's mother saying a divorce is planned and that the couple is separated. That's different from paperwork being filed in a courthouse. One outlet has claimed a filing already happened, but that hasn't been independently verified by the more established reporting on the story. So, as of right now, separated and planning to divorce, yes. Officially filed and on the court docket, not confirmed. we'll be watching to see if that filing actually surfaces. Because right now, this is still family confirms territory, not court confirms. And that's today's docket, folks. A banker fighting fire with fire, a World Cup romance that's been hiding in plain sight, and a marriage that's ending everywhere except, apparently, the courthouse paperwork. For now, if this episode kept you entertained, hit follow, leave us 5 stars, and send this to the one friend who still thinks they're too busy for this show. Trust me, they're not. Until next time, I'm your host. This has been The Verdict is In, where the headlines are loud, but we're the ones who actually read the footnotes. See you next time. I'm your host, Ashley. This has been The Verdict is In, and remember to follow, subscribe, and share.